Okay, let's continue off.
そんなそのような行い正しくないのに、なぜおばあさま。
Change of season. The morning was unexpectedly hot and muggy, and I found myself up early than usual. I ate an early breakfast, then headed for the main school building. Despite this early hour, there were a few students here and there, probably doing early morning exercises. Looking around, I could tell that something was off. What's going on? Oh, it's Risco. Something about her was off, too, but that wasn't what drew my attention. It was the fact that she had gone into the cathedral. Huh? I met her in the cathedral before when Anka lured me there using pleasantry letters. That's why I wonder about it at the time, too. What was she doing there? Technically, I knew that she was doing what she was doing. She was praying. But I wanted to know was why was she praying? Frisco Christian? I can't recall hearing that, despite Vesnes being started as a mission. Very few of the students were actually Christian. I decided that I should go talk to her, so I followed her. The start of classes was still a long way in the cathedral itself was silent and empty. Alone in the cathedral, Risco stood praying before the altar. It was truly majestic. Not wanting to interrupt her, I waited in silence. After 5 minutes, she turned around.
マサヤ様だったんですか。
Morning.
ごきげんよう。マサヤ様、お御堂に興味でもあったのですか。
No, it's just that I saw you here.
私を
Go in here. I ended up walking early today, so I decided to head to the school early. And that's it, I get it now. I was thinking there was something off about everyone. It's the short sleeves.
ええ、今日から衣替えですから。
That's right, it was June 1st. I wonder what I should do. Should I wear a short sleeve button shirt to match with the rest of you?
マサヤ様はご自分の好きなようにされたらいいのではないでしょうか。
When we first met, her expression had always been thorny, but lately I've been seeing her smile a lot more. I was happy to see it.
先生も叱ったりはしないと思います。
I see. I'll switch to short sleeves if it gets too hot, I guess.
ところで、いつまで経ってもマサヤ様はちゃん付けで呼んでくるんですね。
I just can't get used to it. Is that bad?
ダメです。
Really?
外部の人にとっては年下をそのように呼ぶのは自然なのかもしれません。ということで、私はもう諦めていますから。
I see. Although she was smiling at me more often now, she was still very strict.
それで、お御堂に興味があるわけではないのですか。
Let's go cast a glance around her.
この建物は創立以来のもので、校舎などと違って建て替えを免れています。ゴシック様式を意識した建築は明治にあってはとても先進的なものでした。全国を見渡してもこれほどのものは数少なく、実はこの建物は国指定の重要文化財なのです。
Oh, I never knew. I was honestly impressed. This was possibly my first time visiting a cultural property.
そうなると当然建て替えはできません。とはいえ耐震性に問題はないそうなので建て替える必要自体なかったそうですが、先生方はよく笑い話のように話されますが、このお御堂は見物料を取って開放することも十分可能ということです。
Now that you mention it, it really is beautiful in here.
その言い方からすると、お御堂の見物に来たわけではないようですね。
Yeah, I happened to see you, Risco. So,
無理する必要はありません。ただ、なぜです？なぜ見かけたからといって来るのですか？
It's because I wanted to talk to her, but it was hard to answer when she asked me like that. Oh, that's right. Risco, are you a Christian by chance? Oh, not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just curious.
信徒ではありません。
I see, but I saw you praying here before too. Placed my hands together, mimicking her. She didn't answer immediately. I wondered if I had touched on a sensitive subject. Well, anyway, it has a nice atmosphere. I can understand wanting to come here.
ええ、そうですね。それで毎朝来ているんです。
Every morning? Wow. I was a little surprised to hear that, but Risco continues to say
お御堂に来て手を合わせると心が落ち着きます。この福音書にしてもそうです。
She opened the book in her hands and began flipping through the pages. I didn't wonder what it was, so it was a Bible after all.
読んでいると心が落ち着くものがあります。実際、信徒でなくても心に響く箇所はあると思いますよ。
They do say it's the best-selling book in the world.
マサヤ様はもう目を通したのですか？
No, not yet. The teachers have always telling me to, but
旧約の例えばレビ記などに比べるとずっと読みやすいですよ。ご一読をおすすめします。
okay. Though I had no idea what just from the Old Testament was either.
では、ごきげんよう。
Oh, Risco, wait a minute.
はい。
I know it's a bit late, but I was hoping to ask you again. Are you still against school reform?
当然ですが。
But you didn't choose to become the leader of the Right World Society, did you?
それはそうですが。
Alright, so then why?
怪盗の就任は確かに私の意思ではありませんでした。正直に言えば、今でも私が怪盗であることの違和感は感じています。が、それとこれとは話は別です。私は自分の考えとして変革には反対しています。
I see. I should have guessed, but I still felt disappointed for some reason. Felt like Risco had developed a rapport after all. So maybe I started to get my hopes up. But why?
なんでとは？
I mean, why are you opposed to reform?
理由が必要でしょうか？
No, I'm just asking you just to justify, not to justify yourself. It's just I want to know more about you. The moment I said it, I realized it was an embarrassing question. My face felt hot, but Risco showed no particular reaction.
私は保守的であることを自認しています。それが理由です。
I see.
それに決まり事を覆すのはよくありませんから。
The way things are, you mean business being a girls' school? I was reminded of something I had realized before. Risco took rules and actions very
マ
seriously.
サヤ様には辛いと思いますが、夢は見ないことです。
What?
決まったことはもうひっくり返らないものなのです。女子校が男女共学になる、そんなことは夢にも思えません。そんな風に物事は変わるものではないのです。失礼します。
Risco had gone before I could think of a response. The sound of the cathedral door opening resounded heavily around the room. Morning.
ごきげんよう。
Starting summer uniforms today, right?
ええ、今日なんて結構暑いし、半袖になって楽でいいわ。
My case turned unconsciously to the fairest end of her arms on display. We had summer uniforms at my old school too, and the material was so thin you could sometimes, for some reason, I had never had a particular reaction to that. At the moment, though, the arms started. I wonder, was it because my life was so much easier I could not notice these things? This could be part of it, at least. But a bigger part if it had to be Rise herself. Probably wasn't thinking about her around Risco because of the solemn atmosphere. If we had been in a cathedral, I likely would have the same feeling around her. I was somewhat less than faithful.
マサヤさんも明日からは半袖で来るんでしょ?
Oh, I don't actually have a short sleeve button shirt.
そ
I guess I should just up and buy one. That would be the best way. Even though I had money now, I could stop thinking like a poor person.
まあ暑くないならそのままでもいいんじゃないかしら。何も杓子定規に従う必要もないわ。
It was more or less the same thing that Risco said, but the sentiment behind it was completely different. Ryan's words were freewheeling, but Risco had a different annoyance. For her, the annoyance was that I was not really a part of business, and therefore I could do as I like. If I were officially accepted by the school, she might have felt the opposite way. There really are complete opposites. They sue the respective associations as well.
ごきげんよう。
Oh, yo.
何?
Oh, that was a greeting. For some reason, when speaking to Ike, I found myself reverting to lower world form of speech. Lower world was the term FSS used. If person thought we were exaggerating. But realizing that a simple greeting was enough to cause confusion made me realize just how serious the differences were.
なんだか面白いわね。ウイスって言葉の意味もよくわからないけど。
Neither do I, actually.
何よそれは。
Well, I guess it's like salutations. You can use it for any situation.
ここいいかしら。
Yo.
なるほどね。
I could smile happily. The other girls around me had the opposite reaction, frowning, furrowing their eyebrows at me.
一人で食べているの?
I usually do.
なんで? だって確かリセとは一緒のクラスだったでしょ?
When we eat together, everyone watches us.
あら、本当だ。今もそうね。
She smiled brightly, sat down at the table, and leaned in.
もっと視線を集めるようなことしてみましょうか。
How?
今君が飲んでいるジュースにもう一本ストローを刺してみるとか。
I think that would really cause trouble.
残念。でも気にしすぎじゃないの?
It's just too much to take day after day. I don't mind myself, but it tires Rise out.
それは大変だったわね。それからはずっと一人なの?
Yeah.
でも寂しくない? それに一人の食事は消化にも良くないなんて言うわよ。
Well, it's better than eating in the bathroom stall.
は?
It was a hard subject to explain even to someone as casual as I guess, so I just...
じゃあ今度から私が一緒してあげましょうか。
Everyone will be watching you. It was happening even now. Everyone seemed to be interested in our
だっ
conversation.
て私はそんなこと気にしないもの。マサヤ君は?
Not in
な
particular.
らいいわね。まあ気が向いたらだけどね。
Alright. I didn't have the sign of the cross before she started eating. She had the carbon Harry and I had the hamburger steak. This really is delicious. They change up the menu every day and they have such a variety.
まあね。けれど私たちなんか外食もできないのだから、これくらいしてくれないことにはね。マサヤ君も最初は戸惑ったんじゃない？好きなものが食べられなくて。
No way, this is much better.
そう。まあ確かにどれも美味しいけどね。このカルボナーラなんかもソースは滑らかで濃厚だし、熱しすぎると卵が固まってしまうのよね。 絶妙の火加減だわ。ほんと。
Aika ate her noodles without slurping. Her table manners were impressive. It really does look good.
味見してみる？
Sure, if you don't mind.
はい、
Maybe I shouldn't.
やっぱり可愛いな、まさや。
I was sure she was teasing me, but it wasn't an unpleasant feeling. On the contrary, I was enjoying it.
気になるなら追加で食べてみれば？言えばきっと量を調節してくれるわよ。
I nodded and decided to do it. Wish I could stay here eating this food into the second term on into next year.
弱気なこと言うのね。大丈夫よ。
It's just Risco said something to me this morning.
なんて？
She said she couldn't begin to imagine the school being reformed.
ただまあ、リツコならそう言うんじゃないかしらね。
That's true, but
でも意外じゃない。今朝ってことは、リツコと隠れて会っていたのかしら？
no, it's not like that. I explained what happened earlier that day, and at that, the usual light and breezy Ayaka began reserved and thoughtful.
おみどか。それは初めて知ったわね。
Really? I was a little surprised by that. She said it sounds like it was her daily routine. Maybe it was supposed to be secret, but it didn't really feel like that.
きっと最近の習慣なんでしょうね。
I see, that makes sense.
それでリツコは心が落ち着くからとそう言っていたのね。他
Yeah?
には何か言っていた？祈りに関して。
No, that was about it.
そう。
Aika furrowed her brow. She seemed really troubled by it from some reason.
でも
For some reason.
私もちょっと心配になってきたわね。
They continued eating in silence for a while, and Aika spoke again.
今日からもう6月だし。
June, does something happen in June?
何をのんきなことを言ってるのよ、君は。日取りよ、日取り。プルミエールジャッジメントは1学期の末じゃない。
Ah, every day, the day of decision was drawing closer. I really can't afford to be so laid back.
プルミエールジャッジメントって具体的には何日なの？
No, I don't.
本当にのんびり屋さんね。
Sorry.
ね、ボートは普通土曜日に行われるの。1学期最後の土曜日ってことでいいのかしら。
I checked the calendar on my cell phone.
7月の9日ね。あと5週間しかないということなのよ、まさやくん。
I see. We're so close already. Maybe I've been too laid back. I was so comfortable here at business. I my friend. I met so many new ones. This week had just flown by. It's been 3 months since I met Rise. It was cold day that day, and now they're all in summer uniforms.
こーら、遠い目をしている場合じゃないでしょ。何か対策を考えるわよ。
Alright, a plan.
これはやっぱり由々しき事態なんじゃないかしらね。
Emergency situation, is it? I just got that big increase in my approval rating.
だって45票だったのよ。過半数にはまだまだ遠いじゃない。
That's true, I guess. The majority was 232. Right now, I was at 45. It really was a distant goal.
やっぱりのんびりしている場合じゃないわね。早急にまさやくんの評判をアップさせていかないと。あ、そっか。
Hold up, I just need to check my Twitter. Okay, here we go.
危機感が薄かったのは何も私や君だけじゃないわ。みんなもそうだったじゃない。
That's true, but so
そ
what?
れがなぜなのか今急に分かったのよ。
You don't think we're just naturally laid back?
のんびり屋のルリコ一人ならその解釈も妥当でしょうね。でもリセもいたわけだから。つまりね、みんな君に接しているからなのよ。
What does that
わ
mean?
からない？つまり会って喋ればマサヤくんが学校に残れるのは当然に思えてしまうのよ。変革の方はともかくとしても。
実像に触れているからっていうのかな。だからつい忘れてしまうのね。現実には厳しい状況であることを。
I don't know. Don't you think you're making too much of it?
そうかしらね。でも切れ者揃いの白百合会でみんながみんなぼんやりしてしまうというのはなさそうに思えるけどな。
Actually, I do wonder what happened with the rising tide policy Rice mentioned.
上げ潮路線？何それ？
It sounded like some kind of plan to get my approval rating up.
さすがはリセね。先手を打っているわ。で、具体的には何をしたの
？Nothing in particular.
はあ？何それ？
Well, she says a lot of stuff like we should all be prepared, but it seemed like she forgot about it at some point.
ああ、やっぱりね。
I can nod firmly.
忘れたといえばその通りだけど、リセの目を通して見る君と他の人が目にする君、その違いこそを失念してしまったのではないかしらね。
I thought about it in a way. It made me happy, but it made me realize that we couldn't afford to be so laid back. But what do we
も
do?
ちろん、いよいよ上げ潮を実践に移すのよ。
You're right, but what should we do?
何から何まで手間がかかるわね、君は。
I'm very sorry.
でもそんなところも可愛いから許してあげる。
Thank you very much. I didn't quite understand what she was getting at, but I could nod it in satisfaction.
まあ私に任せなさいな。放課後の会合までには何か考えてくるから。
Got it. I just like the music. And that's too great.
ねえリセ、上げ潮路線について何か考えていることってあるかしら？
上げ潮路線？
あなたが前に言っていたことよ。自分。
あ、マサヤさんの。
うい？
ああ、そういえばそんなこと言っていたっけ。リセさんなんかやっていたの？いえ、何も。私としたことがすっかり忘れてしまっていたわ。そっか。じゃああんたはなんか自分で頑張っていたの
？Well, I've been trying to socialize as best I can,
た
but
だ地道な活動にも限界があるわよね。そんなことは私昼休みに思ったの。それでいよいよ上げ潮作戦を実践に移す時だと思ったというわけ。
でも大丈夫ではないでしょうか。
ちっちっち。
she wagged her finger back and forth and explained the danger of optimism.
要するに過半数が232票だったわね。それで現状が45票。冷静に考えればこれは結構危機的な状況なのよ。
言われてみれば、ええ、そうよ。私ったらなんでこんなにのんびりしちゃったのかしら。
まあそれは後で説明してあげるわ。それでマサヤくんの評判アップ作戦だけど、まずはストレートにリーフレットなんかどうかしら。
リーフレット？何を書くんですか？
もちろんマサヤくんについて。
Chiho tilted her head slightly and looked at me. She seemed to be appraising the idea.
結局のところみんな彼の実像を知らないのが問題なのよね。だからまずはリーフレットよ。
Oh boy. Try fast. I know I said no more fast forwards.
マサヤくんのこと知ってさえもらえれば少なくともプルミエール
I'm
ジャッジメン
sorry.
トができるはず。
Oh, I accidentally did something else. Okay, fast forward.
だって個人の宣伝にリーフレットでしょ。あのグランデフルールでも成し得なかったわよ、そんなこと。
Your flower.
バンセーヌの長い歴史においても前代未聞の荒技だと思うわね、私は。ほんと君が入ってからというもの、楽しいことが続くわ。あ、そうだ、先に読ませてもらってもいい？ええ、もちろん。どうぞ。力作ですよ。本職の DTP 化を。
Hold up, I'm gonna fast forward a bit more. This is gonna be a problem. Yeah, so
まあね、記者は足で稼ぐものだから。
I scolded at the report for a while, then let out after.
何がいけなかったのかし。
やっぱりあなたたちが間違っていたのよ。好きなおやつにスコーンだのバゲットだのポテポテ焼きだのって書くから。
Hold up, I'm going fast forwarding. They don't really. Oh boy, and I fast forward to this. Now I get stuck with this situation. And I'm going. I know this decision doesn't even change anything. But it's not like I particularly wanted to do this. I didn't have a choice, so I moved in front of the window. Okay, let's do it. I started. Watching them all stare at me was really embarrassing.
いいわね、その恥じらいの表情。燃えるわ。
Why do you know that word?
だって記者ですもの。さあ、マサヤさん、もっと頬を染めて。
It's not something I'm doing intentionally. And I like how Russ is more focused on that than this, the scar. Why are they advancing on me?
ちょっと、写真撮れないじゃない。
The others ignored her and continued to close the gap. I found myself backed up against the wall, the window, but
お腹割れちゃってるじゃないの。
町道場に通っていた頃もここまでのフィジカルの持ち主はいませんでした。あんたってほんとヘラクレスみたいね。男子ってこんなになってしまうのね。
you guys, don't brush your face so close. I left it outside, but I didn't really feel all bad.
まあ、硬くて熱い。
Boy, that tickles.
どこ触ってるのよ。お腹です。ほら、そろそろ散って。いつまで経っても取れないじゃない。
At last, the photo session started.
いいね、いいよ、いいわ。もっとこう腰をグッと突き出して。顔は女を食い物にする悪な男のイメージで。
What kind of image is that? And of course, the headmistress did this.
まったく呆れました。あなた方は一体何を考えているのですか？
No, I was only dragged into it. Blame the rest. We stood in line as the headmistress paced back and forth swiftly before us.
まあ、彩香さんのような跳ねっ返りの落ちこぼれであれば、まだ話はわかります。ですが、
I just stuck out her tongue just as the headmistress turned her back.
リセやルリコは成績上位者でしょう。皆の班となってくれなければ困ります。それが男子のヌード写真などと、なんという。
The headmistress' shoulders began trembling.
ヌードと言っても下は履いていたと思うんですが。
当たり前でしょ
そうですよね。
ヌードというだけではありません。表情もいかにも悪そうなものでした。
それは
おこのぎまさや、あのサタンのような顔を見て、私はあなたの正体見たりという気がしました。
Satanic.
校長先生、あれは私のカメラマンとしての演出というかテクというか。
は？なんですって？
いえ、せっかく体つきもキレキレですし、顔つきもワイルドな方がいいかなと。
タミエ、あなたの言っていることはよくわからなくてよ。
Okay, next part.